Earlier this year at San Diego Comic-Con, Hasbro and Marvel revealed their newest line of props and helmets. This included a new Wolverine mask from Deadpool and Wolverine, which looks absolutely incredible by the way. I'm pretty sure they were given scans of an actual movie-used helmet to use for this prop, which is pretty awesome, but the other mask had my attention way more. They revealed a fully screen-accurate replica of the Spider-Man Homecoming mask. This is not a hard plastic helmet like the Iron Spider, but it is a genuine fabric mask, and the eyes actually move. Over the years, we've seen a lot of renditions of this type of mask, but never officially licensed and produced through Hasbro or Marvel. I guess you could consider this children's mask as moving lenses, but there's nothing that's ever been as close as this reveal. For context, there have been other companies out there to try their take on this. You'll see them a lot on TikTok, and they look pretty silly. Cosplayers, on the other hand, have gotten pretty crafty. As an honorable mention, I'm sure that you've seen my buddy Cavan Creations online at some point, and his masks seem to be the most efficient and accurate out there on the market. Those can get pretty pricey though, for good reason. So it absolutely blew my mind to see that Marvel Legends was mass producing these at a pretty affordable rate. This mask wasn't much more expensive than a lot of the Marvel Legends props and costume pieces, so that's definitely a plus. I originally placed my order through GameStop, but then they kept extending the shipping date, so I canceled it and got it on Amazon the next day. This is what it felt like waiting for 2 months until these things actually started shipping out. Once it arrived, I was super excited to get my hands on it. I also didn't expect the box art to be this cool. One, two, three, 4 slits of tape later, and we are in the box. I'll take this. Inside, we've got a controller, the base piece, the mask that I couldn't figure out where to put, and a couple of more parts for the stand. Here's a quick look at everything in the box before it's taken out of the packaging. Oh, can't forget this. Now we're gonna take this guy to the side so we can build this base for it to sit on. This thing is pretty simple. We've got 3 main pieces, the base, what I call the spine, and then the last curved part that the mask actually attaches to. The main part of the mask has 3 essential pieces. Well, really 2. We've got a controller, and that felt pretty good out of the packaging, and of course we have the mask itself, which I want to just take a second to appreciate the textured printing on this thing. The basketball type screens are super 3D, and the webs pop out really well too. This thing is seriously gorgeous. Flipping it around to the back, you can see the battery compartment in the forehead and this red adjustable strap to keep it on your head, which is a nice addition. Let's take a closer look at the controller for a sec. I really like how tight the joystick felt when it first arrived. You won't hit the wrong gesture if you don't want to. There is a little pull tab on the back of this guy before it'll actually turn on. And there's also a switch here on the side, but we'll get into that later. Taking a look into the instruction manual was helpful. It gave me information on batteries, and it informed me that the controller already had some. There's also some diagrams of the mask on its display in here, and the different emotions that the mask can perform. It's a helpful little book. Well, that's everything inside the box. Let's get this puppy working. Some batteries and a screwdriver was all that's needed. I got that backplate off and put those 4 AA batteries in. I closed that up, and now is the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, the batteries were dead. After I got some fresh batteries inside, it seems to be working perfectly. I started goofing off with it just to get a feel for how quick the mask responded, and it's pretty spot on. I also really like that the mask can fully blink. I'm not sure why, but it scratches something for me. You might have seen me flip the switch on the side of the controller during those clips, so let's get into that. This mask has a total of 3 modes: manual, automatic, and off. Duh. Obviously, they're sort of self-explanatory, but these visuals are nice to have. For manual mode, you choose every movement the eyes make, and they stay in position once you move them. If you close the eyes, they'll stay squinted. Want to give a confused look? Open one eye and keep it there for a bit. Manual mode gives you full control. This has been what I keep my mask on the most, as I like to know if I accidentally move the mask, it'll still look intentional. But there's some pretty cool things to love about the secondary automatic mode too. In this mode, the mask will take your input on the controller and do a sequence of movements instead of a singular focused move. My favorite of this mode so far has to be the wink effect. I absolutely love it. It's hard to catch, but it even brings up the other eyelid down a little bit, so you're squinting. Aside from that, we have a bit of a surprised emote, what I would call the reading emote. And then of course, and I'm really happy about this, although it isn't super practical, they added the emote where Peter's lenses freak out in front of those little girls. It's honestly hilarious and I am glad they added it, but I'm sure real life kids would probably respond the same way those little girls did in the movie. So I don't know if I would recommend doing this. These expressions are spectacularly cool, and only through making this review that I realized there are multiple stages to closing the eyes depending on how you use the controller. It's a really awesome thing that they even left some room for creativity with these controls. Not only is this mask technically impressive, but it's quite literally as close as you can get to owning a screen-used version of the Spider-Man Homecoming suit. Check this out.
These are some of the most lifelike things we've ever had a chance to make because Marvel Studios was such wonderful partners. Yeah, so now this mask was inspired by the Homecoming film, Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Ago. And once more, they were able to get the patterns from Sony Studios, and they sent us the actual costume patterns from the film.
What?
So we had the actual reds and blues, the whole we only needed the head, but they sent all of it. So we have all of these patterns laying around, which was wonderful. We were able to turn them over to Hannah, our wonderful seamstress.
All right.
She was actually able to take those patterns and recreate the most lifelike, texture-like, because it has a kind of a basketball-y feel to it, right?
Did you catch that? Not only did they send the pattern for the mask, but every portion of the Spider-Man Homecoming suit. It's so cool to think that this mask that I have in my home is the exact color, texture, and sewing pattern as the one in the movie. Imagine if we can get a full replica of the suit from Marvel Legends. I know for a fact it would be way better than that one suit going around for like $500. All in all, I think this mask is really awesome for what you get. Not only is it a cool toy for a younger group, but as I age, I start to appreciate the intricate details of these things way more. So all of the screen accurate detailing is pretty incredible to me, and as a crafter slash cosplayer, I see a lot of opportunities to repurpose this mask in other Spidey suits. Although, the visibility could be a little better. Without a doubt, I'll be making a check-in video on this mask after some time. I definitely want to see how the mechanical parts hold up with some consistent use. Make sure you guys let me know what you think of this mask down in the comments below. Do you plan on picking one of these up? I know it'll make for a sick Peter Parker cosplay. I mean, remember that scene in his room?
No, this is just me messing around. Go later in the day,
It is I, Thor, son of Odin.
No, that's definitely not what you want to watch. Just